Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you watch this. Welcome to another edition of the Fast Five. New week, a lot going on, but at least the most important thing is that the air is much cleaner to breathe. We finally got some good air, and I tell you, it's great to stand outside and just breathe in some fresh air after the days we were going through with that bad from that fire up in Canada, and the air was just so toxic. I mean, there were times I couldn't even sleep myself at night, and we have air filters in place where in our home, and that those weren't working properly. And I'll tell you, it just. And then we have the other things that are going on, all the politics and everything like that. You have those in the radical groups. They've stepped on the wrong toes this past week. You have the Muslim religion just going off on one end, and on the other end, you have the Catholic religion going off on the same issues. It's just really insane right now. Who knows how far we're going to go with this, but. Right now, we got 5 stories for you. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stories. You probably most likely didn't hear about these. We try to bring you stories that are not relatively talked about in the mainstream media. Some of it's hidden from the mainstream media. They don't want you to know about some of these things that we bring here to you on the Fast Five, on Man with the Show, and all other programming that we bring on CutiCast TV. We're at the starting gate. The green light's about to hit and the flag is about to come down. So let's go. Once again, thank you for clicking on this video. Don't forget to share, like, hit the notification bell, and hopefully today's the day I earn your subscription. So let's start off with this. Doctor Who fans have been given a renewed hope that another 9 lost episodes from the 1960s could be soon returning to the BBC. Archive TV hunter Philip Morris, who locates and returns 9 missing Patrick Troughton's episodes in 2013, has revealed he knows of 4 more missing episodes which exist in the private hands in the UK, plus another 2 which he has tracked down overseas. Speaking at the Utopia Fan Convention at Bedfordshire, he promised to try and retrieve the episodes so they can be enjoyed by audience once again. A total of 97 episodes from the William Hartnell and Troughton years are missing. The story's fans most keen to track down is the Marco Polo, which was told over 7 episodes. I mean, this is some great news. Hopefully, he'll be able to find the rest, because there are some great stories out there that, some of them have been told by audio mixed with some animation, but the rest we're still waiting to see what it is. In fact, at this moment, the BBC is not funding any more of the animation classic reconstructions for right now, because due to budget. Well, let's move on to Japan. Japan's parliament just raised the age of sexual consent to 16 from 13, a limit which has remained unchanged for more than a century and was among the world's lowest amid calls for greater protection for children and women. The revision was part of a revamping of laws related to sex crimes. Separately, Parliament passed a new law Friday to increase awareness of the LGBTQ issues, which activists criticize for not guaranteeing equal rights for sexual minorities. Reforms providing for greater protection for the victims of sexual crimes and stricter punishments of assailants have come slowly in a country where the legislation and judicial branches have long been dominated by men. Japan in 2017 revised its criminal code on sexual crimes for the first time in 110 years. A series of acquittals in cases of sexual abuse and a growing instances of sexual images taken of girls and women without their consents have triggered public outrage, prompting new revisions. The changes enacted Friday make sexual intercourse with someone below the age of 18 considered rape. They specify 8 scenarios of countless sex crimes. The new term for forced sexual intercourse include being assaulted under the influence of alcohol or drugs, fear, or intimidation. They also banned filming, distribution, and possession of sexually exploited images taken without consent. Moving on to the world of gaming. You're familiar with Friday the 13th? Well, unfortunately, due to the contracting, Friday the 13th game will no longer be available to purchase digitally and physically after December 31st, 2023. Publisher Gun Media Friday the 13th license will expire at the end of the year, and there's seemingly no plans to renew it. We do know that the game will be playable to at least 2024. It's unclear if Friday the 13th will shut down for good, but there's still time left to enjoy. This comes the way of a tweet from the publisher, which notes that the game will be available for purchase for $5 until it's delisted. And I think the module packs, the DLCs, will be available for $1 as well. You know what's going to happen with this, and it's a sad thing. It's a sad state with a lot of these games, online games, is hackers will come in and start to tear this thing apart, and it becomes unplayable because they'll try to cheat in many ways, and you won't be able to get far in a lot of the gaming. This happens on COD, old COD, World of War, and a lot of other games online that are still running in their original engines online for many years now. Moving to animation and Adult Swim. Good news for fans of Genndy Tartakovsky's Primal, as the critical acclaimed series has officially been renewed for a third season on Adult Swim. Following the success of its first 2 seasons, the show's creator teased that he has big things in store for the upcoming installment, which has been announced at the Annecy International Animation Film Festival. The show, which is produced by Cartoon Network, was not only a hit for Adult Swim, with its last season attracting nearly 4 million viewers, but also met critical fanfare, with its going to win 5 Emmy Awards, including Outstanding Animation Programming. It is great for Tartakovsky. He's got more stuff on the board coming very soon too to Adult Swim. Also his new series, The Unicorn Warriors, is doing very well. I still have to catch up on a couple of the episodes, but I tell you, he's bringing some good stuff to Adult Swim, and he's going to be working on more for them. And finally, well, if you live in India, Hulu has been removed from India's Disney Plus Hotstar, which is surprisingly, as the streaming service was only recently added earlier this month. The Hulu hub on Disney Plus Hotstar in India has now vanished. Disney bought Hulu in 2019, and this, well, not completely, they still owe a lot more money, and this was Hulu's first venture into international streaming. There was no clear reason why the Hulu hub has disappeared, though it could be possible be in connection with the ongoing dispute between Disney and Comcast over Hulu rights. Disney owns 2/3 of Hulu, and Comcast isn't ready to sell its remaining shares without a full reassessment of the streaming service worth. Hulu is currently valued at $27.5 billion, as outlined by the original deal. Comcast's portion of Hulu totaled approximately $9.2 billion. Comcast CEO Brian Roberts wants to reassess the assessment, as he thinks that the company's remaining stakes are considerably more. I think we have a very valuable position, he stated last May. And I do agree with this. I mean, you're talking up to $70 billion of an assessment that could be coming forward. I would say for Comcast, buy the rest of it off of Disney, because of what Disney has been doing to programming throughout, including the stuff that they're putting on there, that they've been editing a lot of the movies coming in off of Fox. I mean, we already saw the French Connection stuff on that. Basically, they removed some things on the classic movie, The French Connection. That is total censorship from them. I mean, even the Criterion Collection version of it on the online streamer has the same edit. These are the things that we need to fix. Stop companies like this just taking out things because they got to appease to that 1%. You know, the past is the past. These movies are classic. French Connection won several Oscars. You know, this is a great film, a great chase scenes that put on film by William Friedkin, and it needs to be saved. So we reached the finish line. The checkered flag is down. Thank you for those of you clicked on this video. We do really appreciate it. Don't forget to share this video, like it, and today I hope I've earned your subscription. So until next Monday, same time next week, for another edition of the Fast Five. Thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to check out our other videos here on CutiCast TV and also Madman with the Show. Until next time, so long and have a good week.